urban center qualitative.
Welcome back. The program is still housing development. In a few weeks from now, President Muhammadu Buhari will release the list of his ministers. But one particular ministry that housing development is focusing on right now is the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. In this special report, we looked at what should be the qualities of the next Minister of Housing, considering the huge housing deficit in the country.
President Buhari will reveal his cabinet selective representative. But we want to know, Nigeria, what characteristics should the new Minister of Housing have? Is it tackling responsibilities, formulating new ideas, or fixing the housing deficit immediately? Despite the avalanche of God-given resources, Nigeria's housing situation has remained unfavorable. Even before Nigeria's independence in 1960, the overview of housing strategies made by the government and individuals continues to fail, as presently 7 out of 10 Nigerians are living as tenants. Nigeria is said to have a deficit of about 17 million housing units. The fact is, most of the deficits are in the low-income category. The Nigerian state is enjoyed by Chapter 2, Section 16, 1D of the 1999 Constitution, under the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy. It states to provide suitable and adequate shelter for all citizens. This past July, President Muhammadu Buhari said that he will not appoint ministers until September, saying that such appointments cannot and should not be rushed. Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, that has the statutory responsibilities
by the name of the ministry, which is Lands, Housing and Urban Development. The ministry has a mandate on land administration and management. The ministry has a mandate on housing delivery. The ministry has a mandate on urban management.
A formulation of policies and setting standards for the housing sector, formulating, monitoring, implementing, evaluating, and reviewing government policies on housing, coordinating the activities of other government agencies on housing. The ministry has been headed by ministers in the past: Barrister Omobolaji Osomo, Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, Architect Alima Alao, Barrister Hassan Muhammad Lawal, Mr. Ndueze Essien, Ms. Ama Pepo, and Dr. Mrs. Akon Inyakinyi. Nigerians await the coming of a new Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. The first question is, what qualities should whoever that will be appointed have?
So the minister that will come must be somebody, first, that will understand the dynamics. One, he must be able to know and manage issues on land. He must be able to know and manage issues on housing delivery. And then the finance aspect. The finance aspect. A number of effort was made to deepen the mortgage industry in Nigeria. But the minister must be somebody that will be capable of convincing the presidency to put money in housing.
The task for the new minister should be:
1. Housing finance. Housing finance has 2 legs. Housing finance for the construction, housing finance for the purchase, that is demand side. We do not have robust housing finance. Housing finance for construction must be such that the interest rate must be a single digit. And the same with the mortgage arrangement, so that you can be thinking of affordability from that angle. The land administration. The Land Use Act is a failure. When the Land Use Act was promulgated in 1978, for those of us in the profession, real estate profession, we did not accept the Land Use Act. It was very unpopular at that time. And that, to my mind, is why it was put in the Constitution. I believe if Land Use Act is not part of Constitution, it would have long been changed to follow the dynamics of investment in real estate.
For Housing Development Program, Nkechi Ndukwe.